Welcome to the founder interview.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start off with the basics. What is your name and where are you from?
So my name is Yaron Silberman, and I'm originally from New York. I moved to Austin, I would say, if I remember correctly, I think it was the summer of 2013 after spending about 6 months abroad down in South America.
Wow, what brought you to South America?
So when I graduated college, just wanted a little bit of I didn't want to go back to school right away and
Yeah.
wanted a little bit of just a break from school. And my dad was born in Chile in South America. And I'd been there a couple times as a kid when I was 2 years old, and then again when I was 10 years old, but I'd never been back as an adult. And his side of the family, a good chunk of it is over there, and just wanted to connect with them. My first language is Spanish, so just wanted to brush up on that. And my parents always joke around that I have the ability to speak, but I don't. They always speak to me in Spanish, but I've always just answered in English. So they've always pushed me to take that next step to learn. Or
Got it.
reading, I guess.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. There's languages like that. I think it's a different part of our brain, right? When we can speak versus just understand, right?
Yeah, for sure.
No, that's cool. It's very cool. But Yaron, what is your business and what makes you passionate about it?
So my business, the name of it is Macroband. And what Macroband is, it's actually, firstly, the name of it, the term is an anthropological term used to describe when people were nomadic and different subsets of people would come together for a collective goal. So usually that goal came to be food. So people of different areas that were closely situated to each other, they would work collectively to feed themselves, even though they weren't necessarily part of that same small group. So what our business does is it's a meal prep service on the surface, but what we really want to do is we want to connect and empower the local health and fitness community. So my background is in the fitness industry. When I moved to Austin, I started up as a personal trainer because one of my passions was fitness. And basically, it turned into something that I absolutely loved. And I worked myself up through a corporate setting. I eventually became a fitness manager, group coach, lead personal trainer, held many different positions until about 2018. But I myself, I burnt out 3 times. So it was a very demanding job and a very stressful job. I always had to work at odd hours. I was up at 4 a.m. to train my morning sessions. I'd work until about noon, take a nap from 1 until 3, then go back in at 4, and then train until 8 or 9 p.m. And one of the things that I saw in the industry from the trainer perspective was I was working a lot when I was sick. I was stressed to take a vacation because if I ever left the gym, I wasn't making money. I always had to make money being there in person. So that was the struggle from my side of it. But then working in a gym and working with so many different clients. And then once I got into management and working with other trainers and managing and developing them, I noticed the same issues in their own clients. And that was their clientele's reaching the goals that we were being hired to assure for them. And I saw a lot of trainers lose their clientele that way. And I was thinking, what's the commonality between this? And it was something that popped up over my 5-6 years in the industry. It was recurring, no matter what came out, I guess, fad in fitness, whether it was a diet, whether it was a piece of equipment, nothing really solved this recurring issue of people not attaining their goals. So I really started thinking, I was like, all these trainers have different perspectives. They have different personalities. They have different philosophies behind training. But what's the one commonality is that they can't really control their clients' nutritional intake. We can always recommend it. And I know trainers that go above and beyond and actually will cook and shop for their own clients. But that's really taking way too much time. It's not a sustainable model. So what I thought was, well, what if I can do that for trainers and allow them to control and literally almost shop and tell their clients what to eat and give a convenient solution to that? So the convenient nutritional fulfillment solution that I've always seen over the years is meal prep. So ready cooked meals that's just saying all you have to do is heat it up. But it's not really personalized to somebody. It doesn't follow the programming from the trainer or the coach or anything along those lines. So what I thought about was something that I always saw and even used as a tool myself was MyFitnessPal, a calorie and macronutritional tracking platform, and how people use that to track, but it doesn't really solve the cooking aspect of it. So what I decided was to create, just like how doctors work with pharmacies and recommend prescriptions to their patients, we would look at the same thing, a macronutritional and caloric recommendation from either a coach, a nutritionist, dietitian, any sort of health and fitness professional. We would receive it directly from them. Then we would go for the preferences, figure out what allergies, restrictions, anything like that someone might have, and then basically fulfill it how much ever they want. So they could make it accommodate their own lifestyle too. So it's pretty much a meal fulfillment service that accommodates any sort of person. And no matter who they are, what they're doing, and if they progress and are attaining their goals, it helps them maintain it through small adjustments and modifications.
That's really cool. I definitely get that, because how much can you control outside the gym, right? I'm sure you know, I'm sure you have better numbers for that, your own, but what percentage of time in the gym versus nutrition contributes to them meeting their goals?
Well, just the amount of time that you spend on it, really. So I would say on average, or I wouldn't even say on average, an ideal plan, I would say, is maybe 5 days per week, 1 hour a day. And that's more than what's necessary. But I would say to get visible results in a reasonable amount of time, that will probably get you there. But how often are you eating throughout the day? Some people have 3 square meals that can become social as well. You're with your family, you're talking, you snack throughout the day. So I always say the easy part is actually getting the workouts in, because it's only 5 hours out of your full entire week, while you're eating for well above and beyond that amount of time throughout the entire week too.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've covered how your business can help others. I want to kind of triangulate on who exactly your customers are. Are you going for an end consumer who's looking for the gym, or are you targeting like gyms? Are you going to like LA Fitness and saying, hey, we can work with you and your personal trainers, or Gold's Gym, right? And say, hey, you guys are doing so much work. I'm sure you're seeing a lot of issues come up. We can partner with you, and we can kind of go about this together.
Yeah, so the original idea was to follow a B2B2C model, so business to business. And what we wanted to do was enhance the service that they're already providing by providing them a way to ensure results through their own philosophy. And then we also even set up an income system for them. So something that's residual based. So basically, if they're managing one of their own clients' nutrition plans and they're ordering from us, we give a little bit of a residual kickback based off of their orders to help support that professional. So it gives them income that they don't have to necessarily be present for, while they're still caring for and ensuring what they're being, what's the word I'm looking for? What services they're basically being hired for.
Got it.
But we did discover, that's how it looked in about, I would say, the first 6 to 8 months, is we focused purely on the business to business. Yep. But we did notice that there was a lot of people that wanted to self-manage. So people that had inherent knowledge about their own body, or what to do or what to eat. So we shifted to a B2C model as well, where we bypass that B2B. So basically, we do have the B2B service that we have, where it's our business to the trainer or health and fitness professional to the consumer. But we also bypass that middle ground and go straight to the consumer as well. But it's the same exact service in the end.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. What about on the other side? Like, how do you decide what, the word that comes to mind is vendors, right? But how do you decide what vendors can you utilize to get their meals ready for them? I'm guessing you're not doing the meal prep yourselves, are you?
So we are actually.
Oh, you are? Okay, got it.
So we want to build this in two different ways. So one of my business partners, one of my co-founders, she was a vegan chef at Apple's campus over here in Austin, and she was chartered on private yachts as well.
Wow.
Prior to that. So she has a very profound background in cooking and culinary arts, really. And basically, we partnered on this. She had a personal chefing business where she was doing extremely specific cooking for people with a lot of restrictions, and she's very talented at creating a menu that's dairy-free, gluten-free, using whole ingredients, non-refined ingredients, keeping everything very clean. So we are expanding our own service as a meal prep service, but we're also looking, and this comes through where the data is going to take us, the consumer feedback, is do we want to develop this as a SaaS product where we can bring this to other meal prep services and have them use it in the B2B2C fashion versus straight to the consumer.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I can see a lot of ways that, kind of people can plug in different areas, right? Let me ask you this then, how can other people help you?
I would say the biggest help we could use right now is mostly in building a brand identity. That's where I would say our big need right now is. We have these huge aspirations and we want to really engage with that local health and fitness community, but it's kind of like, who are these people right now? And I see when I go and talk to certain places, it's like, wait, you want to give me money for something I'm already doing, which is giving a recommendation to my own client. And I see a little bit of something like, this kind of sounds too good to be true.
Yeah.
But it's kind of building that, just like an established brand identity right now. So just kind of getting the name out there. And I know that comes from marketing and just kind of getting out there. But that's, I would say, it's just kind of getting the word out there about who we are and what our aspirations are. Got it.
What about customers? I mean, I guess of course the brand identity is sort of like the first step, right? But are you at a point where you're still continually trying to grow? So you're looking for more customers all the time, or how are you kind of approaching that?
We're always looking for customers, so always looking to grow. We do have a platform in development, actually. So we have a wireframe and for an app that's going to make the whole process a lot more user-friendly. And it's also going to provide a higher level of service as well as a communication system for coaches and their clients, and a way to introduce people looking for a coach. We can introduce them to local coaches that are aligned with their goals and their vision for what they want for themselves. So one of the justifications that we do need to continue investing that route and building that platform is to acquire more customers and build that interest for the tailored service. So it's kind of like, I would say the next step after the marketing is customer acquisition and just getting more people onto the service so that we can take that next step and really build the technology around what we're trying to do. Definitely.
I tell you, I'm already interested in this. So
awesome.
In terms of awareness, you got one more maybe, but what's some way that people can connect with you?
So I'm pretty available when I'm not like in meetings or anything. So people can find me on LinkedIn, Facebook. I have an Instagram, as well as reaching out through the business. So if you want to, I have direct access. I'm not the only one on the Instagram account for the business, but I do check out all the messages there. And if there's a message that comes through, I always take the time to respond as long as somebody else doesn't beat me to it. But otherwise, I would say Facebook and and obviously on the Slack channel too. So people can always reach out to me through there, DM me, and
Awesome. Really interesting. Like I said, I'm not kidding. I might actually sign up for this because I'm looking for something like that. I'm sure we're all coming back from this COVID hiatus, right? and we're hitting it strong. And you're right. I mean, it's 5 hours of working out a week, but what about the rest of the time to sustain that, right? So
Exactly.
I'm intrigued myself, and it's really nice meeting you. Welcome to the community, and looking forward to seeing you around more.
Likewise, pleasure to meet you, and thank you so much.
Thank you.